Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Locked In Lego video, where today I think I've got something pretty interesting for you guys. I decided to go ahead and make my own Lego Star Wars minifigure series. Now, as you guys may or may not know, pretty much getting a Lego collectible minifigure series is pretty much impossible. I won't go into too much detail on that in this video, but basically you should know that Hasbro owns the license to Star Wars to make action figures, and apparently if Lego made individual minifigures for Star Wars, those are too much like action figures, so they can't do it. So just keep in mind, this is not real, this is not like actually gonna happen. It's just something that I made and something that I thought was pretty interesting. And yeah, this is just pretty much my thoughts. If they were to ever make a minifigure series, this is the minifigures I think they would include in a series 1. And since this is just the first series, it's going to focus on characters mainly from the original trilogy. And without further ado, let's get into the first one. So obviously the first minifigure starting off this series has to be Luke Skywalker himself. And I figure in this variant he would just be his regular Tatooine outfit right there. And then he'd probably come with a lightsaber and some electro binoculars as his accessory. Up next we have LEIA Organa. And this would be her newest version that came in the Death Star Escape set, which is it's a very simple design, but I think it looks great. And then probably her accessories would be just a regular pistol, and then a hologram piece, but it'd be a new mold, so it'd be like when she appears in R2's like hologram, like a mini version of herself, it'd be like the hologram like that, or something cool like that. Up next at number 3 we have Han Solo in his most updated version. I think for this minifigure it'd be cool if he had some dual molded legs, and then his accessory could be a new mold for the blaster pistol, because I think that's long overdue for Lego to make one. The version I have on the screen there is Clone Army Customs version of the pistol, and I think that's just a fantastic one, so I think it'd be cool if Lego made one for this minifigure. And then at number 4 we have CHEWBACCA, which is just his most recent design. I'm not the biggest fan of this version of CHEWBACCA, but I figured Lego would probably throw in this one because it's probably the simplest to make. And then his accessory would just be a stud shooter crossbow with a couple of studs to shoot. At number 5 we'd have KENOBI in his A New Hope outfit. And this minifigure has been in a lot of sets recently, so it's not really that hard to get. So what would make this version special is that he'd come with a hood and a cape, so you could kind of switch out his hairpiece if you wanted to do that, and then he'd just have a lightsaber. At number 6 we have, of course, Darth Vader with his newest two-piece helmet and cape there. I feel like this minifigure would be pretty desirable, so he doesn't really need that many accessories, so he just comes with a lightsaber. At number 7 we have the classic Stormtrooper, and he'd just have a standard gun and then probably a thermal detonator, because I think that'd be pretty interesting. Lego would probably include the newest version of the Stormtrooper in this set, but personally I just like this variant a little bit better, so it's my series and I decided to put him in instead. At number 8 we have LANDO CALRISSIAN, who is kind of a hard minifigure to get these days. Recently he's been appearing in a couple more sets than he has in the past decade, but he's still relatively hard to get, and I think he'd be a good addition to the series. And then it'd be cool if we got like a new blaster mold for his accessory. At number 9 we have, of course, YODA, and this is a pretty standard minifigure. It's not too hard to get, so he'd just come with a lightsaber and then probably like a cane, and that's pretty much all there is to him. At number 10 we have the newest version of Grand Moff Tarkin, which is just kind of a Imperial officer uniform with his face and then that pretty cool hairpiece there. And then his accessories would just be a standard blaster pistol and maybe like a 2x2 printed tile of the Death Star plans. At number 11 we have C-3PO, and this is not really the most exciting addition to the series because pretty much everyone has a C-3PO minifigure, so no one would really probably be trying to get this one. But of course you gotta have him in the series because he's part of the original crew. And then he'd probably just have like a comm link like he used on the Death Star. It'd be a new mold, and that'd be his accessory. At number 12 we have a bit of a more obscure character, but not really. Wedge Antilles, the X-Wing pilot extraordinaire, and maybe Lego would change his helmet to fit the new dual molded version with the orange plastic visor, and that'd be pretty cool to get, I think. And then his his accessory would just be a blaster. At number 13, we have an alternate version of Luke, this time in his BESPIN outfit. I think this would be a pretty desirable figure because right now it only comes in the very expensive Cloud City set, so I think this would be a good way to help people get this figure without spending as much money, and he would just have a lightsaber and blaster. At number 14, we have the sail barge Jabba's Palace version of Princess Leia, and this would be maybe not something that LEGO would throw into their series, but I think it'd be a pretty cool addition to give, like, just diversify up the roster a little bit. And then she would just come with a little chain for her accessory. It's a trap! Just kidding. At number 15 we have Admiral ACKBAR himself, because I think he's long overdue for a new version. I know we've gotten a new one with the in The Force Awakens in his new trilogy version, but I think we need a new original trilogy version because this picture here is very outdated. And then his accessories could just be a little stick for like pointing to things, and then some sort of control panel or comm link. I don't know, something in that manner. And then rounding it out at number 16, our last figure in this series would be the Rebel Fleet Trooper. This would just be your standard version, probably based off the newest one that came in the Junior's TIE Fighter set. And his accessories could be a new mold for that blaster, the same one we gave to Lando, and then some Electro binoculars. And as an added bonus, I don't think LEGO would actually include this in a potential series, but I think it'd be cool to have like a chase figure type deal like they did with Mr. Gold, except this time it would be the Beach Trooper. If you guys don't know, this was a hilarious character from LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, and it's just kind of like a goofy figure that I think would be really cool to get in LEGO form. I don't think he would actually make it in the series, but he made it in mine. And then here we just kind of have the roster for all the figures. As you can tell, my photo editing skills aren't the best, but we just kind of have the quick overview here of all the figures you can get, and that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much going to be all for this video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I certainly had a lot of fun making it and deliberating which figures I should include in this series and then which ones to save for a second series. If I did make a second series, it'd probably be focused on the prequel trilogy and have characters like Anakin and Obi-Wan and Darth Maul. But yeah, if you guys want to see that, let me know with a comment down below. And also you can feel free to let me know your favorite figure, if there's any big ones I missed, or your ideas for a LEGO CMF series. But that's all I have for you today, guys, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.